Hello everyone, my name is Shane, and today I'll be showing you how to play Lords of Waterdeep by Wizards of the Coast. Before I start explaining the game, I would like to show you the different aspects of the game. These white cubes are known as clerics. These orange cubes are known as warriors. These purple cubes are known as wizards. These black cubes are known as rogues. You will use the help of these 4 types of adventurers in order to complete quest cards in the game. Quest cards require a certain amount of different types of adventurers. For example, to complete this Arcana quest, you need 3 rogues and 2 wizards in your party to complete the quest. Quests come along with victory points that you score immediately, and also they could have plot quests as well, which will have an effect that lasts throughout the game. There are 5 different guilds you can play as, and each guild is a different color in the game. These guilds are associated with their own colored agents. So for example, the Silver Stars will have blue agents. They'll have their own scoring marker and their own building track marker. Each player will have their own player mat where they will have their active quest on the left side, their completed plot quest on the right side, their secret Lord of Waterdeep card hidden under here, any completed quests face down here, as well as any adventurers in their tavern, and any available agents here in the agent pool. At the beginning of every game, each player places one of their 5 available agents here in the agent pool, which will be unlocked in the 5th round. If it's a 2-player game, they will have 4 agents available. If it's a 3-player game, they will have 3 agents available. If it's a 4 or 5-player games, you only have 2 agents available in the beginning of the game. You use your agent tokens in order to enact certain abilities that are available on the board. Each of these blank meeple spaces are available to use throughout your turn, as long as there's no one else there. So for example, if I wanted to come here to the Field of Triumph, I can collect 2 warriors. When setting up the game, you will shuffle all the building tiles and place 3 face-up building tiles in the Builder's Hall spaces. And you will place the rest of the stack here in the building stack. Going to the Builder's Hall allows you to choose one of the buildings to buy at each individual cost. Once you buy a building, you can place it and use your own personal guild marker to denote that it's your building, and it gives another action space for everyone in the game to use. There's a benefit for yourself though. The person who bought it gets some sort of reward if someone goes there. When setting up the game, you place 3 victory point markers on each round number, and at the beginning of every round, you take those 3 victory point markers and place 1 on each building. If someone buys a building, they collect victory points for the amount that are on the stack. So for example, if this building has been here for 4 turns and no one has bought it, it will have 4 victory point markers on it, and whoever buys it will immediately receive 4 victory points for getting that building. Place all adventurer cubes here in the middle so it's easy access for all players. Gold is a very important commodity in Lords of Waterdeep. Each of these coins is worth 1, whereas the little moon is worth 5 gold coins. These gold coins should be put in the middle or in a stack nearby the table so everyone has easy access to them as well. The starting player gets 4 gold coins, and the player to their left gets 5, and then 6, and so on until everyone gets their starting coins, 1 plus the person before them. There are 5 main types of quests throughout the game: commerce quests, warfare quests, piety quests, skullduggery quests, and arcana quests. These 5 types of quests all depend on different types of resources. The commerce quests mainly depend on coins. The warfare quests mainly depend on the warrior cubes. Piety quests mainly depend on the cleric cubes. Skullduggery quests mainly depend on the rogue cubes. And arcana quests mainly depend on the wizard cubes. When setting up the game, shuffle the quest cards and deal 2 quests to each player as their active quests, and then place 1 face-up quest in each quest card slot. And place the quest deck here on the quest deck slot. Any discarded quest cards go here face up. If going to the Cliffwatch Inn, if you go to this space, you can take one face up quest and 2 coins. If you go here, you can take one face up quest and an intrigue card. If you go here, you can reset all 4 quests, put 4 new ones, and then pick from the 4 new ones. Each player receives 2 secret Lord of Waterdeep cards, which they keep secret to themselves. Each player will have the option of 2 different Lord cards. Each Lord card has an endgame victory condition that changes their strategy in the game. For example, this Lord gives me 4 victory points for each commerce and piety quest I complete by the end of the game, whereas this one gives me 6 victory points for each building I control. So this gives me different options for my strategy throughout the game. Am I going to buy a bunch of buildings, or am I going to go for commerce and piety quests? I pick one, I discard the other, and this I put under my player board. Each player receives 2 intrigue cards at the beginning of the game. The remainder of the intrigue deck go here. Any played intrigue cards go face up here in the intrigue discard. There are 2 main types of intrigue cards: utility intrigue cards, which benefit you, and attack intrigue cards, which for other players. This utility card, for example, allows you to take 2 rogues from the supply and put them into your tavern. You then choose one opponent to also take 1 rogue into their tavern. So it's a win-win for everyone. This attack card, on the other hand, forces each opponent to remove a warrior cube from their tavern and return it to the supply. For each opponent that could not do so, you take 1 warrior cube from the supply and place it in your tavern. Another type of intrigue card that can be given to another player is a mandatory quest. Once given to a player, this player must complete this quest by spending these adventures, then they will receive this reward. They cannot complete any other quests until the mandatory quest is completed. Also, players can only complete quests on their turn. The main 2 ways of gaining intrigue cards throughout the game are landing here at Castle Waterdeep, where you take the first player marker and an intrigue card, or here at the Cliffwatch Inn, where you take a quest and an intrigue card. The only way to play an intrigue card is by going to Waterdeep Harbor, where it says play an intrigue card. You go here, and then you go ahead and play your intrigue card and use its effect. At the end of a round, once everyone has placed all their agents on the board, players go in numerical order from 1, 2 to 3 and place their agents at Waterdeep Harbor to empty spaces on the board. So they'll be able to take a second action at the end of the round. In this example, both blue and red players have placed all their agents on the board. So now players at Waterdeep Harbor will take turns placing their agents onto free spaces. So as of now, there's only this space open, and these 2 spaces open. So for example, I can go here, take a quest and an intrigue card, and then the red player would choose their action either here, here, or here. Let's say they want to go first, they'll get the first player marker and an intrigue card, and then finally I'll have the last choice between Builder's Hall and another quest. After all players have placed all of their agents and Waterdeep Harbor is empty, the round is over. Everyone takes back all of their agents and places them back on their player board. Victory points are placed on bought buildings, and the next round begins. The starting player marker is given to the player who's recently been to another city. That player gets the first turn of the action, but this can be taken from them at any moment if someone goes to Castle Waterdeep. At the end of the game, any adventures left over in your player board and your tavern each count as 1 victory point. Every 2 pieces of gold is worth 1 victory point as well, and then you take into account your secret lord card to see how many quests or buildings that you've completed and contribute that to your endgame score as well. And that's how you play Lords of Waterdeep. Please tune in on Thursday to watch us play the game. See you later.